Well, thank you very much. I am, of course, extremely honored to have this award. There we go. And at UC Irvine, we talk a lot about discover, teach, and heal. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. Many of you may have known Melanie Grossman, but if you didn't, I really like this quote from Mark Avram that was published upon her death. She was a brilliant physician that helped create laser hair removal as a fellow and became a world-famous leading authority on laser skin surgery and dermatology. I particularly like this next part. She was adored by her patients who were devoted to her skill as a physician and her absolute dedication to providing her patients the best of care. I always learned from her and enjoyed talking about innovations in our field. So with someone like this, I am particularly honored to receive this award. Also, here's a list of past recipients, and I have been fortunate to work with every single one of them and to see their award evenings. I'm inspired by each and every one of them, so again, to be included in this group is very special to me. Now, the Discover, Teach, Heal. Under Discover, you'll notice that I have a bunch of patient photos, and you might think, well, why do we have patient photos if it's Discover? But the reason is because the patients is what makes me want to discover. When I see our patients, and so many that I have been fortunate to work with for over several decades now, I always want to provide them better treatment. Sometimes I want the efficacy better. Sometimes I want to make the treatment go more smoothly for them. Sometimes I want to make there be less discomfort. There are all kinds of different things that I want to do, and so my patience is really what drives me to discover. I've also been very fortunate to teach. You just heard from Fabian, who has been an incredible student working with me over the last year, but there are so many students from high school to undergraduate to medical school to postdocs who I've been fortunate to work with, and each one of them inspires me. And then heal. Now, of course, we're at this meeting here to learn how to heal better with our lasers and our other treatments, but we can also heal with our words, and we can heal without our words by listening. This is one of my favorite quotes from Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. I'm going to share a short story with you. Shortly after the ASLMS 5 years ago, I had to undergo an urgent and major surgery, which required me to be off of work for a number of months. The postoperative period was very painful, and I couldn't shower or drive for many weeks. During that postoperative period, I had a follow-up appointment, which was unrelated to my original surgery, but my 80-year-old mother literally had to drive me to the appointment because I couldn't drive and was in an extreme pain. And emotionally, quite frankly, I was at a very low point. I was demoralized and I was scared. And I was roomed, and when the physician walked in, they said to me, "I don't have time for you or your questions today." And I was just at a low point, and so I literally felt like I had been slapped. I got up and I walked out without saying anything. Now, I'll tell you, that physician is clinically excellent, and they're also a very good person. They didn't know my full story at that moment, and I know I caught them on a tough day. They probably had 2 electronic medical record messages, and it was just a hard day for them. But it really had a significant impact on me. So there are times I know when I'm a patient that I want to move on. There's a million different reasons. We have to get to the next patient, we have to get to a meeting, all these kind of things. But I try to consciously remind myself at that moment, I know I can do better. I can do better for this patient. I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to try to give them what they need. I never want to make someone feel unwanted. I was very fortunate when I was the president of the ASLMS to have Kim Fu as the keynote speaker that year. She's a patient of Dr. Weibel's. Dr. Weibel has done amazing work for her healing her scars. But the also amazing thing about her is that she has taken that healing that she has undergone, and she has used that healing to heal others in the world. Not only the person who bombed her city that caused her severe injuries, but also all other people who really want healing. And I was very fortunate to share that moment with my daughters because I want to teach them to be able to make the world a better place like Kim has been able to do. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for discovering and teaching and healing with your skills and your minds and your heart. Thank you to each of you for the things you do to make the world a better place. I just want to thank all of you, and I'm hoping that we can all take a moment and make sure that we help others. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kelly. Now I would like to invite Dr. Murad Alam up to the stage to introduce our next award recipient.
Kristen Kelly does so much and has been such an integral part of the society for so long, and has been so generous in her kindness of giving to ASLMS in so many different roles, while always being immensely gracious and kind and supportive and helpful. Definitely not the physician who doesn't have time or the doctor who doesn't have time. I've really been amazed at how much she manages to do while running a department and just always being the kindest and nicest person. So it's certainly no surprise that the award you just heard about is not the only one she's getting today. She's also the recipient of the Elliott H. Drake Award, which was established in 1995 to recognize a practicing physician who has contributed to innovative laser procedures and/or laser products for medicine. It is given in memory of this individual who is the co-founder of ASLMS. So I'd like to congratulate her and give her a round of applause.